Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this is going to be a big treat. This is Tioga-Sequoia Brewing Company. They're out of Fresno, California. This is their Rush Hour Breakfast Stout. And this this is a fairly big beer to be drinking at breakfast. This is a 7.2%er. So if you're drinking this for breakfast and going to work, you got your buzz going on already. So I don't believe this guy would be drinking this for breakfast, unless it would be on a weekend where I'm not going to work. I run a bunch of saws and routers and planers and stuff like that, so I don't believe I'd want to drink a 7.2%er and then go to work and try to operate that machinery. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Got all 10 fingers, want to keep them. That's what I say. So if you're into drinking something like that, then going off to work, by golly, be careful. That's all I can say. Me personally, I don't drink a lot of beers for breakfast, guys. Even if it is a breakfast stout, I will wait till the afternoon to be drinking this, and usually on the weekend. And if I'm working, it'll be when I get home before I drink something like this. I just don't want to have that alcohol influence when I'm running that kind of machinery. I just don't want to lose any fingers or anything like that. I respect beer, and I respect what it can do, even though you might not think you got a buzz. After that finger's gone, then what you gonna do? No, not gonna do it, guys. So if you have a job where you go in and you sit in front of a desk and a computer, I don't think you're going to lose any fingers or do anything crazy. You might punch a few wrong keys, but no life-changing consequences are going to happen there, usually. Unless you hit that send all or whatever on your emails. But anyway, I don't drink beer for breakfast, guys. I'm sorry, I just don't do it. Even though I'm a beer reviewer, I don't drink beer for breakfast. Very rarely you'll see me drink a beer before noon, and then usually it would be on the weekends. During the week, I usually don't drink beer until after 5 o'clock. That's a rule of thumb that I have, and that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. If you like to get up and, like a t-shirt say, you can't drink beer all day unless you start in the morning, and I don't start in the morning. If I started in the morning, if I drank this in the morning and had a couple after it, I'd be back in the bed by 3 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the day would be done. So I wait till the evenings or I drink my beers, but I post them in the morning. But I don't drink them in the morning. That's just me. Just how, if I was a young man, 20-some, 30-some years old, I might drink a beer for breakfast. But being almost 60, I don't do it. I don't do it. I wouldn't want to go to work. I just want to sit in there and drink more beer if I did. Alright, let's get on with this one. Break Beer has only got 3 reviews on this, so they don't have a score on this. And I don't know what the deal is on this one. Beer Advocate has a score on this one, so I don't know how limited edition this is or how hard it is to get your hands on it. This is sent to me by Chris. So Chris, thank you, brother, for sending the Tioga beers. I have had 1 or 2 of them sent to me before, but I have not had this one. I've not had their Rush Hour Breakfast Stout before, so this will be the first time I've had this one. I hear it's a very tasty beer and got a lot of coffee notes and stuff. So we're about to find out. Commercial description on this one. Oh, before I get into that, it is 7.2, like I told you, and the IBU is 35 on this, which is really not that bitter, so it should be fairly easy to drink for breakfast if you should so choose to, or so desire to choose to do that. Commercial description here says Rush Hour is our full-bodied breakfast stout that uses 60 pounds of fresh Colombiano, Colombiano. I would call that Colombian, but they're saying Colombiano, Caladono coffee per batch. That's a hard word for me to say. A lot of big words there. The beans are roasted and ground locally by Cafe Corazon, and it has that on the bottle right here. Cafe Corazon on the coffee cup on the front. The coffee is then cold pressed and infused into our chocolate milk stout. So that means they've used lactose in the brewing of this beer to make it a little sweeter where the yeast cannot eat up all those sugars. Usually, instead of getting a bittersweet chocolate, you get a nice milk chocolate taste when they use lactose. It's got a creamy, bold, robust, yet silky smooth breakfast stout. Enjoy the rush. Sounds very nice. This is probably the final beer of the evening for me. But if you like to drink it in the morning, by golly, do it. I usually start off with something lighter, a pale ale or an IPA, and then work my way into the heavier beer for the evening, and then I'm done. I usually have 2, maybe 3, 4 on a good day or a bad day, however you want to look at that, and then I'm done. That's how this guy works. So I mean, if you want to drink 6, 12 of them, it's your head. It's going to hurt the next day, not mine. So. Alright, let's go over to the food pairings for this style of beer. This is a milk stout, so what they're saying, normally on your stouts they say general or digestive or aperitif. This one says chocolate dessert. This will go well with your chocolate dishes. So if you like having a big slice of chocolate cake for breakfast and drink a milk stout, have at it. Have at it, brothers. That's all I can say. I'll wait till I get home to do that. The glassware is pint, becker, knollick, tumbler, mug, stein, and sidle. I've got the double glass for this one today, guys. And it says here, not recommended for extended cellaring unless ABV extends the average range. 7.2, I would say this beer is going to keep for a while. It would keep for a year or two anyway. It's not hop forward or anything. I can't think of anything that would deter you from keeping this beer for a year or two or maybe even longer if you so desire. I got this beer. Was sent to me, like I said, by Chris a couple of months ago before I went on vacation, and I've had a couple of subscribers say, when are you going to do them Tioga beers? Well, I'm going to get to them, I promise you. And this is what we're going to do today. This is, like I said, this is the final beer of the evening for me. So let's get on with this one. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. So it's about time to pop the cap on this and see what this has got going on. They have a very nice cap. Got the basically U.S. Forestry type seal, and then it says Tioga-Sequoia Brewing Company. I'm surprised they don't get in trouble from the Forestry Service for using that emblem with that. They probably heard something already. Nice little hiss. I will show you the cap. This will end up going on the fridge downstairs. Very nice. It says drink local. Brewed in the San Joaquin, J-O-A-Q-U, Joaquin Valley. So, can I get these beers here, guys? So, Chris, thanks again, brother, for sending them to me. Sorry it's taken me so long to get to it. But like I said, being a stout at 7.2%, it's not going to go bad. I'm not sure whether these guys date anything or not. We will look a little closer when we come back with the final jug. On that pour, about 1.5 fingers of head, not quite 2 fingers, over into the light. With this particular glass, I'm not seeing anything through there, guys. It is pitch black. Very dark. Let's get a nose on this. Oh, that smells so good. Definitely getting the lactose from the, or the sweetness from the lactose they've used in this. Very nice milk chocolate. Not the bittersweet that you normally get from a stout, but a nice milk chocolate, very sweet milk chocolate. Rich roasted malt, and definitely got the coffee influence on this. Definitely get the coffee. That smells good. So if you like drinking this for breakfast, and that's what they've got on there, breakfast stout, you might want to drink it for breakfast on the weekend then. Just my suggestion. That smells good. I can't wait to dive into it, so let's do it. Cheers, everybody. It's that time. Let's get it on. Thank you, Chris. Cheers, my brother. Heavy coffee influence on this. Definitely tell they've infused this with some very nice coffee. That is awesome. That is freaking awesome. The only way I could be disappointed with this is not to have some kind of year on it somewhere. Wow, that is delicious. Like I said, I could very easily have this for breakfast on a weekend. I'm not giving you that 7.2%. Very nice, very nice. And if you're having it with a meal, it's not going to have that lay down in a dirt drunk shit face kind of deal. I mean, if you're having it with food, it's not going to be quite that bad. So this is very easily a weekend breakfast beer. I will say that. But being an old guy like I am, if I drank this for breakfast, I'd want to have another one after this, and then another one. Then, like I said, 2 or 3 o'clock, I'd be ready for a nap, and I'd sleep plumb through till the next day, and I'd lose the rest of the afternoon. But all you young guys out there, jump on it. Chicken on a June bug. Get it on. It's a very tasty beer. Very, very nice. Well, it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. I know it's going to get a little more intense as it warms up to room temperature, and I'm going to let it warm up like I always do with all of the beers usually that I review. And see where we end up on this, but it's very impressive right out of the fridge. Very, very impressive. Well, I'll be right back when we do the final chug and grade on this one. This is a bomber, 22 ounce. I'm going to share the other half. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. This does have a bottle on date. I guess it's a bottle on date, it doesn't say. And it's etched here in the bottom of the bottle. This is a 2014 edition, but I cannot read, even though it's etched in the bottle, it's all jumbled up, guys. I cannot read what it's supposed to be telling me. Looks like it says 06 06012G 13 something, then it has 2014 here. So I don't know exactly where, but yeah, with a 7.2% breakfast stout in 2014, I guess that's, as long as you can make out the year, even though the day and the month is jumbled up and I cannot read what it's supposed to be telling me here, that's basically all we need. It's a 2014 edition of this breakfast stout. 7.2%, very nice, very tasty. Their etching machine leaves a little bit to be desired, but we do have the year on there. It's a 2014 edition. Whether the day and the month is basically unreadable to me. I cannot tell what that machine was trying to tell me. But I can see 2014 written on it, so I don't know what year, what month or day it was done, but it does. I can read the 2014. So let's do the final chug. Very impressive beer, though. Coffee is, now that it's room temperature, been sipping on it probably about 30-45 minutes. The coffee is there. I mean, it is just off the chain, guys. The coffee is the most predominant, now it's room temperature, is the most predominant taste I'm getting. And aroma, too. Now that it's warmed up, the coffee is just very nice. Final chug. Deep roasted malt, coffee, toffee, the lactose that they use in this gives a nice sweet chocolate taste to it. But the coffee is overpowering everything else. Very, very nice. Very nice breakfast stout. Very, very nice. Chris, thanks again for sending me this beer. It was delicious. And they've attempted to do some kind of dating on there, and I can read the year. So basically, that's all we need. I mean, whether you can read the month or the day would be nice, but I can read the year. It definitely has 2014 on it. So, very nice example of what a breakfast stout should be, guys. I mean, it's very, very nice. If you wanted to have this on the weekend with your breakfast, absolutely. It would be a very nice one to go with it. And then save a little bit in your glass and have a chocolate donut or a piece of chocolate cake to go with it. If you had that with your breakfast, which I do not. Don't need that with this big old belly sticking out. But it's very nice. It's a very nice breakfast stout, guys. So we're going to leave it at that. Like I told you earlier, Rate Beer only has 3 reviews, so they don't have a rating on this one. For me, as far as I'm concerned, it's a 9 out of 10. It's very, very delicious. And I could very easily give it a 10. And if you do, I would not argue with that whatsoever. But for me, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Very, very tasty. The only way this could be better if you put it in a bourbon barrel. I love these kind of stouts in a bourbon barrel. A little bit of aging in a bourbon barrel really kicks it up a notch to me. But for what it is, 9 out of 10. That's what I'm going to give it. Over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 95, which is world class. Absolutely. Definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on this beer. Tioga-Sequoia Rush Hour Breakfast. Very, very tasty. Wish I could get my hands on these here. But they're not distributed here in Virginia. Got a feeling they're very limited in California. I don't know how far out they go. I have seen some reviews where people have had this as a guest beer at Kern River. I have been there. Very nice brewery there. Up in the mountains. Very nice drive up from Bakersfield, where I was at. And Leandro and his lovely wife Christina took us up there, and very impressive brewery up there. Very nice beers, very tasty beers. Definitely out of the way. A nice drive from Bakersfield up in the mountains. So if you can get your hands on the Tioga-Sequoia, very hard for me to say. It's definitely worth picking up, guys. If you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. It's definitely a nice, tasty beer. They call it a breakfast stout, but I'm not having breakfast this time of day. I'm going to have dinner. And you can have this with a nice dessert, or you can have it with dinner, as long as you're having a nice, strong dish to go with it, or even after dinner. It's an aperitif, or a digestive, or a little bit of dessert if you want to have dessert with it, or this is your dessert, which it is for me. This is my dessert for the evening. Very nice. 9 out of 10. 95 from Beer Advocate, nothing from Rate Beer. And if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys, and come on back tomorrow. We're going to walk into the kitchen and see what's in the fridge. See you then.